everybody. Tonight we are going to be putting together an apricot chicken in the Instant Pot, and I'm going to show you all of the ingredients and how to put this together. So let's get started. A lot of these ingredients you should already have on hand. Grab your Instant Pot, 2 cups of rice, some boneless, skinless chicken thighs, about 2 pounds. Those should be thawed. Some salt and pepper to taste. I used kosher salt. Grab that olive oil. You're going to use 1 tablespoon of olive oil, and your chicken stock or chicken broth. You'll have 1 cup of chicken broth, 2 cloves of minced garlic, and then you have soy sauce, or if you're going gluten-free, use tamari. It is a gluten-free soy sauce. You'll have 1/2 of a cup of soy sauce. Your apricot preserves, you'll have 1 cup of apricot preserves. Grab that ketchup. You'll be using 2 tablespoons of ketchup and 1/2 cup of water, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, and you're going to mix that in 2 tablespoons of very cold water. Grab those whole pitted apricots that are dried. You'll have 12 of those, and you will chop those babies up. And use parsley for your garnish. Fresh is best, but I didn't have fresh. So here are those ingredients, and I'm going to show you how to manage the rice. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm rinsing my rice off and just clearing off that starch, that extra starch, until the water runs clear. Then I add it to my Instant Pot rice cooker, and I fill it to the number 2 line since it's 2 cups of rice. And I put it right in my rice cooker, and I select the white rice feature on the rice cooker. If you don't have a rice cooker, it's okay, just prepare your rice as directed. Okay, let's take those chicken thighs and season both sides with the salt and pepper. You're going to select saute mode on your Instant Pot, and when it's ready, you will see it will change to on. So you're going to take your olive oil and you're going to put that in the Instant Pot when it's on saute to warm up. So the first thing that we did is we seasoned the chicken thighs on both sides with salt and pepper to taste. I used kosher salt and the table grind black pepper, and did that on both sides. And then in my Instant Pot, I set it to saute, and I am browning currently the chicken breasts on both sides, and I'll show you what those look like. So full disclosure, my chicken thighs were still partially frozen, so they did not brown as quickly as they could have. So make sure they're thawed, and it'll be a lot easier. So once you've browned those chicken thighs, you're going to remove those and place them in a bowl or onto a plate and turn your Instant Pot to off. Add your chicken broth and scrape off any bits off the bottom of your Instant Pot. Okay, now go ahead and grab a separate bowl, and you're going to whisk together the sauce. So 1 cup of your apricot preserves, and then you're going to grab your soy sauce. So if you're wanting that to be gluten-free, you would use tamari, which is gluten-free soy sauce, and that is actually what I'm using. Your minced garlic, add those in there. It's 2 cloves. I put in like a tablespoon of the already prepared minced garlic from Costco. Then you have your 2 tablespoons of your ketchup. So get that all in there. And then you're going to grab your 1/2 cup of water. And you're going to pour that into the bowl and whisk that all together until it's combined really nicely. Okay, now once you have that all combined, you're going to take that and pour that over the chicken in the Instant Pot and stir that up. You're going to add that all together, and then you're going to add in your chopped apricots. So mix those in there. Once you have that stirred in, you're going to put your lid on. You're going to turn it, make sure it's just that you have it sealed, and you're going to pressure cook for 8 minutes. So once it accepts that time, it will click to on, and then it has to build up pressure, and then we'll cook for 8 minutes. It'll count down once the pressure is built. So to make the slurry that's going to thicken the sauce, we're going to take our 2 tablespoons of water and our 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. I'm gonna stir that up. This is gonna make our slurry that's gonna thicken the sauce. And have that ready to go when your chicken is all done. Okay, so we're counting down. There's 2 minutes left now. There's 1 minute left. And then when it's done, we are going to do a quick release instead of a natural release. And all that means is we're going to, instead of wait and let it naturally release the steam, we're gonna move this over here so it can vent, so we can open it up and start eating. Okay, it's beeping to let us know that it is done. What I like to do is, instead of just popping that over to vent, I just put a towel over it and turn it so I'm not gonna get burned. Okay, so one of the other things that you really wanna make sure of is when it's venting, you're gonna wait for this little pin to drop down, because then you know that the pressure has been eliminated inside your Instant Pot. There you go. It is safe for you to open up your Instant Pot now that the venting is done and the pin has dropped. Now you'll notice this says L and then it's counting upward now. So it's keeping it warm. I have the keep warm button on. So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna turn it open. I'm gonna let the water go into the pot so I'm not dripping hot water anywhere. I'm gonna set that down. So then the recipe calls for taking the chicken back out of the pot. We're gonna take that, look at that. All right, so now that we have transferred our chicken, I'm gonna cover that and keep it warm. And then you're gonna come back over to your Instant Pot and click cancel. And so it shows off. And then you're gonna click saute. So that's gonna turn it back on to where the bottom element is heating. This literally took like a minute to start boiling after I hit saute. So I'm going to take the slurry and I'm gonna pour that in. I'm gonna mix that around in the Instant Pot. And we're going to wait for that to thicken. It should not take long. See, you can see it's already starting to thicken up. And stir that and then watch it come to a boil again. You see that? That saute does get really, really hot down below, so it heats up pretty fast. Okay. So at this point, it's pretty thick. It's getting pretty thick. Can't you just taste it? All right, now it's getting really thick. So I'm gonna click cancel, and then I'm gonna click keep warm. So if you're ready to eat, you can actually take this straight from the pot and pour it over the chicken. Or if you need to transport it, you can take the chicken and put it right back into the pot. And for this recipe, I decided to go ahead and make this with rice. So with my rice cooker, I have an Instant Pot rice cooker, and I just did 2 cups of rice and then filled it to the 2 water line. And you can actually season your rice ahead of time if you want to, or afterwards, but we're gonna have this lovely almond chicken over rice. Grab one of those chicken thighs, right there. And then feel free to grab some of that extra sauce. So if you have more than, 4 people in your family, you could actually double this batch. You can see it makes quite a lot of sauce. So if you just want to double the chicken, but you don't need to double the sauce unless you like super, super saucy. So you could easily double this batch with 4 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken thighs, or you could use chicken breasts. And check that out. You could serve this with a lovely little side salad. Nom, nom, nom. Okay, I'm really excited to dig into this apricot chicken. So I'm gonna say goodbye, and hopefully you give this recipe a try and have enjoyed this video. Have a great night.